Bagwell Miami. Hey, I come here, I'm not a Draco. Joe, but I have one up there. But I have one. I have one up there. But that whenever. Like whenever, Papa never.
Thank you for coming. We're going to release 3 doves symbolically for us. 3 is a special number in many circles. And Brody is the person that will open the cage and let the birds go. Tell him who his grandfather was, his great-grandfather.
His grandfather was Leonard Johnson, also known as Walimu. He was an activist from New Orleans.
And we're going to also have, that's our New Orleans connection. We're also going to have the Native American connection also. I want to tell you a little bit about my suit. My father used to say, a suit is never finished. It's time to go, you put it on and you go. So I put it on and I came out this morning. But this suit is dedicated to my great-grandfather, Madison. Madison was stolen from his mom and dad when he was 11 years old in 1820. He was sold to Julie Eloise Trepanier in St. Charles Parish by Francis E. Reeves, who went on to become a U.S. congressman in the state of Virginia. Eloise Trepanier sold my grandfather to Samuel Cone. Samuel Cone was one of the first Jewish millionaires in New Orleans. He went on to establish the city of Carrollton. He had property all over the French Quarter, even some property that is current day, where the current day French Market is. The patch is for Madison, and it has tears in it, Aurora Borealis crystal teardrops in it, to symbolize that we cry for him, but we also have the fire of Guardians of the Flame and of his ancestry burning within us. But even within all of that, we're still blue. And we want to take those blues and illuminate that and change that into something that's beneficial and something that can propel us in life to be good human beings. Because my father, Donald Harrison Sr., said the first race and the only race that really matters, and I'm sorry, Brody, is the human race. My belt is an Adinkra symbol. It's handcuffs. Around the diamond, which is a black diamond that represents my great-great-grandfather, is red, white, and blue, because he was worth something in this capitalistic society. You see a clock, red, white, and blue, and also the beads, and the last row is black, representing that it was a black time in our history. And the gold around the lighter part, they said his complexion was yellow. And so I thought those beads would kind of symbolize a yellow complexion. But around it are beads that have real gold in it. You may have sold him and treated him in an inhumane manner, but he was a human being to us. He was someone we loved, and he was golden. And on my crown, I have Sankofa, which also is a Adinkra symbol, but also represented with the duck with his head turned back. And there's actually Sankofa in the grill work on the church, and on this church, the other Sankofa, which is like the heart with the curlicue. And it represents that we look to our past to guide us in the future. And for us, we look to the past, our past in West Africa, and that is what gives us our fire. Now, on the back of my suit, I have the state of Virginia and the man who stole my grandfather. And it says, his name was Francis Reeves, but the patch says F. Reeves. I'm an artist. So that is also the African American part of it. And as I said, I don't mask because my great-grandfather was part Native American, because I didn't know that story until recently. But it is the intermingling of the cultures. And we are a Maroon society. And I asked Sister Allison, or Allison has come up. She walked with us one year because it's about being who you are. I tell people that I am not masked. I am naked because I have taken what is my stories. I'm not anybody else except Queen Reesie and Madison's great-granddaughter. So how can I say I'm masking? Because this is who I am, the essence of me. So we're going to ask her for some comments.
Thank you. Again, I'm Allison, and my mother was born on the Cherokee Reservation in North Carolina. We're the Eastern Band of the Cherokee. And Cherice has invited me to join with her society each year to pay respect to my ancestors in the same way they pay respect to their ancestors. And so as we release these doves today, you know, this is for all the freedom fighters, for all the justice fighters among us, for all those who fought against all forms of oppression to fight for their freedom. And for Brody, I have something for you. I had the great privilege of knowing your great-grandfather, and this is for you. And this is a tear seed. On the Trail of Tears in 1838, 1/3 of the Cherokee tribe was killed by the government of the United States. And it said that along that trail, everywhere a tear dropped, a plant came up, and that plant had seeds on it that are in the shapes of tears. And so there's some gray and brown marks on these seeds, and those represent grieving and mourning. And your great-grandfather was able to hold the grieving and the suffering of the world with all those on death row that he and I worked with. And he could also have hope. And hope comes out of that grieving and out of that suffering. And so, Brody, I give you that seed to plant because you're the seed of the future and the hope of the future. And I pray that you be blessed as your great-grandfather was blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. You scared?
Go ahead.
There you go.